not thundering.
Right.
It's not raining. The sun is shining. We're smiling. And it's Tuesday, so we're here. Welcome to the Shmooze, everybody. Today, we are talking about
Cheers.
Cheers. Do you remember the theme song?
No.
Really?
No.
The theme song was like that. It was just like such a brilliant, you want to go, reminding everybody, last week we were talking about depression, and we were talking about mental health and awareness and breaking the silence. And Cheers, their theme song was, you want to go where you can see the troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
Wow.
And I think in today's world, it's something that we all need, you're not alone doing whatever it is, even like the weirdest thing, I don't know, like you have this long curly nose hair. I don't know. I mean, I don't. I'm going to look. No, I don't think I do. But like, you're not alone. Like you have that space where you're not alone. And you come to a place where everybody has their characters and you're not facing it by yourself. You have a whole community of people. You have a whole tribe of people that are facing it with you.
Well, the only thing I have about this, like as a criticism, is that it all happens at a bar. I mean, well, let's put it this way. I know alcohol is like, it helps you be less inhibited. Inhibited. Good. And like it opens you up and you're more friendly and stuff like that. But I always wonder how much of it is the alcohol and how much of it is your true personality. When you use stuff, whatever stuff it is, how much is it really you? I mean, it does open up. We're coming on Purim, it's coming up. Next week is Adar, and we're going to have a very happy festival where we do drink wine. But I see it in a lot of American series, like the bar is the place that you open up, and the bar is the place where you go when you're sad, and the bar is the go-to.
Right.
And I feel sad that we don't have an alternative to that and that culture. I don't know if we have even in our culture, maybe go to shul. I don't know. I don't think it's the same thing. Go pray to God. Because I think from ancient times, people got together and told stories and laughed and had this like social thing. And then when cities started forming, so there was less and less of that, and people were so stressed out from their work day, they needed some outlet, and therefore bars and all kinds of other clubs, and the point is, like, I can't deal with my own life. I'll find something to get me distracted, to get me maybe lightheaded a little bit, so I won't take it so hard. And usually people, a lot of time, what's funny in this series is that you don't deal with your serious issues, and you're just trying to walk around about it. And like there's a love story going on, and they're both like sort of in denial. Sam and what's her name? The blonde girl?
Diane. But then she ran off on him.
Yeah.
On a wedding, and then there was Rebecca.
All kinds of stuff like that.
What was her name?
It's like you can't be really open about your emotions. You can't really say how you feel. You have to have all this tension going on all the time.
Oh, wow. We're going deep. Okay, so wait. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been drunk before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I'm drunk, it's only for a very, very short time because I just fall asleep very fast. But the sensation of being drunk is something that comes very easily to me.
Really?
I don't need the wine.
Okay. You're naturally like...
Yeah, it could be really... it's like I feel like it's a button I could just press on it and turn it on whenever I want to, because it's a mental state.
Right,
It's not
okay.
You know, all the stuff that people take, cigarettes and drugs and alcohol. There's receptors in our mind that receive it. You know. But we also have like the natural
we do
in our body that connects to that receptor naturally.
Right.
I don't know how I do it. It's not something that I know how to explain it, but but like, you know, I was with my brothers and sisters in Amsterdam, and they were all on pot, and I was laughing hysterically exactly like them. I was like very lightheaded. I had a really great time. And I didn't take any of that stuff. You see?
I think for me it's more, and this goes back to my word of the year, it's a control thing. I don't want to be out of control.
So you've never been drunk?
I also get bad migraines. So me and wine,
nah,
it's
not worth it.
It's not worth it. I have to sit there and say, is this going to be worth? And but I also know myself well enough to know that it is a control thing. So I would maybe like get drunk in a closed room with nobody watching me, and maybe video like how I am, and then okay, if I'm a good drunk, then I can show it with everybody.
You know, so, but I really think that we all need like these social circles, not necessarily at a bar.
Okay.
What happens in the series is really like they're a support group for each other.
Yeah.
And they have like this kind of acceptance for who you are, even if you're like totally, I don't know how to describe Woody. He's so funny. He's like, it's a character. It's like out of the blue. I don't know where,
So he was your favorite, the mailman?
Yeah, the guy, the blonde guy. He looks really good. He's really funny. He's like stupid.
He was a mailman?
I don't know if it was.
The barman. The barman.
He was a barman.
Okay, right. I know who you're talking about. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. I haven't watched the show in a while.
Oh wow! It's like so many weird stuff coming out of that mouth. and okay, this is who you are. You're accepted. I think we all need to feel that kind of acceptance.
Yeah. So you liked Woody the best?
I liked Woody. Yeah. There was something about Sam. He's like his character there is he's a little arrogant.
Yeah. And
that like pushes me off.
Right.
Who's that nice handsome person in this bar?
You know who I liked? I liked Norm. Norm is like he was just like that sarcastic person that one day bli neder, I will get my degree, and one day bli neder, I will do my master's. And when I do my master's, I'm going to do a thesis, and my thesis is going to be personality traits in Winnie the Pooh. We're getting way off topic.
Okay.
I think we talked about this when we did the Muppets. When we talked about the Muppets on Sesame Street. I'm totally Eeyore. Totally that sarcastic, negative person. I'm not negative, but like the comments, like my thought process is very like, and Norm was just like, bam, say it as it is. Yes. And he just, damn, cut and dry. No icing on the cake, no cherries on the top. This is how it is. Duck.
Yeah.
And you would be in Winnie the Pooh. Who would you be?
Oh,
we're off topic. We're totally off topic. But it gets me thinking.
I think I'd probably be Pooh. Because I'm like so gullible sometimes, and so like I'll believe anything.
Like Woody.
I'll do anything.
Like Woody on the show.
Yeah. I empathize with that because sometimes I'm totally there. After. Sometimes I do something like so stupid, and only after sight, I say why,
Tell me something stupid.
No, like I was in emergency room the past 2 days. On Sunday, I was with my fifth son, and yesterday I was with my fourth son. So with my fifth son, he had an orthopedic issue, and my son that I was yesterday, we were there also last week because he has a surgical issue. And the surgeons, like, as soon as I mentioned my brother's name who works in the hospital, I got such a nice treatment. But I didn't think for all the 5.5 hours that I was in the emergency room with my other son to mention my brother to the orthopedic wing. They probably know him. But I was like, no, this is surgical and this is orthopedic. There's no connection. And like yesterday when I went with my other son and I just said, I'm Asher's sister.
Ta-da!
I'm like, oh, come on in.
Let's roll out the red carpet.
Yeah. Let's ask for a second opinion.
That you're here.
Let's get the plastic
like
surgeon. Asher's sister is here. Can you come check out her son? And I'm like, why didn't I not use that yesterday?
Yeah, but that's not stupid. But you just weren't like in that frame of mind to think of it.
For 5.5 hours?
You were occupied.
Just waiting and waiting. So stuff like that, sometimes I feel like stupid, you know?
I'll tell you me.
Yeah.
Do you know what the witness group are? Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is already go back. This is like typical me. This goes back when I was still in Toronto. I don't know. They were looking for, are you feeling lonely? Do you need help? Blah, blah, blah. Some blah, 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 right? This is before internet, so it must have been a commercial. They must have dropped it in the mail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we can help you. We also feel, depressed and sometimes. And I'm like, oh my God, they need my help. So I maybe called them up or something. And I'm like, hi, I'd love to help you. It was very like... It was worded very like, I want to give my time. I want to be part of this group that, is so blah, blah, blah. And so they came one day and they started knocking at the door. And they're like, is Tova here? And they were dressed in this garb, in their witness garb.
Wow.
And they're like, is Tova home? And my father's like, who are you? And why are you knocking at my door? And how do you know my daughter? And they're like, no, Tova and I are friends. We know each other, blah, 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 blah. And my father's like, Tova, do you know who was at the door? And I'm like, no. He's like, these friends of yours. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know them, yeah. He's like, Tova, they're Jehovah's Witnesses. And they kept knocking at the door until I think my parents told them, she's died. She's gone away to another planet. Go away. But I'm like that. I'm always like, oh, okay, those free apps that tell you you're going to be rich in 2 days. And they're free and all you have to do is download and click the button. Always. Or
I guess even somebody who's like cynical has their gullible parts as well.
Oh, I'm so gullible. It's like you look at the dictionary and the definition of gullible, and I'm like, me. It's interesting that, getting back to Cheers, it's interesting that Sam fell in love twice. Mm-hmm. I don't remember Diane, but I didn't like her. She wasn't. No.
Yeah, she was very like uptight.
Yeah, and the one that played Christiane, she died. I think maybe really? I'm killing her. I think she did die.
Oh,
I think. I don't want to kill you, Christiane, if you're still alive.
I have to check those things,
right? She did.
Who's still alive?
There was something very hard at the beginning about her, like, I'm the boss, and there's this distance, and once you cut through that, she was such a nice person, she was such a giving person, and I think a lot of times people are like that you have this hard personality that you just meet, or these layers, like you said that what was the guy's name? Sam was this arrogant guy, but he really, after he peeled away the layers, he wasn't, and
I think we all sort of sometimes we portray something towards other people, when we don't trust them enough, when we don't know them deeply enough.
Or maybe we don't trust ourselves.
Or maybe we don't. Yeah, that's also true.
Wow. Wouldn't it be amazing if you just like met everybody and you could just be like natural and just like, you know, run around like nudists, you know?
I feel that with the years I peeled off a lot of my facades.
Ooh, okay.
That today I'm much more who I really am. I don't have to portray anything. And it's fun. It's fun because you get to like totally meet somebody when you meet them.
Right,
and,
right.
But yeah, there are a lot of people. I think it's something survival. You know, like a survival mode that you're not sure if you can trust. You're not sure if you can really, if somebody will really get you. So
Right.
you have to, you know,
like protection.
Yeah,
gear.
and I think it's something also like for older people, like the generations of our parents. I mean, they used that a lot because they didn't have a lot of open communication, as I perceive it.
Right.
You know,
it was more like we have to put food on the table. They didn't have time
and even us growing up. I mean, I met like 2 weeks ago. I met a friend from high school. We started talking and how was it and things like that, and I told her like stories from my house, and she's like, I'm in shock. You never told me that when we were in high school together. I didn't know what you were going through, and I realized that I had a facade back then,
right?
You know, because I couldn't like tell anybody, and especially people who were close to me. I felt like I didn't want them to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like my best confident friend was confidant. How do you say that? You trust. Yeah. So she was the girl who lived next door to my dorm, and she was like a few years younger than me. And Chavi, yeah. And I felt good trusting her because she wasn't like part of my high school life. I think that's why she became like my best friend, and not all the. I mean, I had good friends, but she was like my best friend because. You know, I had like this image to portray and to support and to be a nice, easygoing person most of the time there. I mean, most of the people didn't know what I was dealing with during high school.
Your dad?
No, not my dad. I was like in terrible conflict with my parents, both of them. But my dad was more as a warm, nice, sweet person, but he took sides with my mom, and so I was at war with them over a boy.
Ooh, was he good looking at least?
I thought he was
I guess your parents didn't think he was good looking.
I don't know. Baruch Hashem saved me from him.
Amen. And you're married to a wonderful man, and you're raising a beautiful family.
Oh, yeah.
Hamsa. I think we're at the end, right?
Okay. So tell us in comments what you thought about this episode, and give us a like, and tell me what I'm interested in. Do you feel that you use a facade in your life? Do you have a place to go to, like not a bar?
And if you do have a bar, which
bar? Like I went to a bar several times in my life, and it was like totally. I didn't like it.
I felt it was lonely.
It's first of all. The bars that I went to, every single one of them was too dark. I couldn't see anything.
Right.
And it gives you like a feeling of gloom. that you know, gloom and doom.
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't like that experience, and sometimes the music is too loud, so you can't really have a conversation with somebody. Like in Cheers, the bar is
very lit.
Very lit.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like a social place more than a bar, really, as portrayed there. I mean, they also drink, but you know, it's a place to sit around and talk to your friends. And I don't know. I didn't have that experience in any of the bars that I went to in Israel.
Yeah. No, I felt very lonely and alone. I don't.
Even when you come with other people, you can't really talk to them. You can't really see them.
Yeah.
So what? What's the point? What's the point? You know. But if you have a different experience, so share with us.
We'd love to hear it. And next week, what are we going to talk about? What do you want to talk about next week?
If you're going to watch it.
Oh, here we go. The Crazy Ex-Girlfriend?
Definitely.
Okay.
You have to watch it.
I'm trying. All of a sudden, I have things to do. I have a life. And then when I'm home, I want to sit and do nothing and watch homework like you tell me. And this one, what are you making for dinner? He hit me. And they want my attention. They all want my attention. Baruch Hashem, foot.
Oh, I have to tell you something. Just a minute. Guys, okay, listen. If we're talking TV series and you want a challenge, okay, a Purim challenge, I'm telling you, this is very good advice, but don't follow it. I mean, not now, not before Pesach. If you're a religious person and you have Passover coming up around the corner, do it after Passover. But there's a series, a Korean series. It's beautiful. It's called, I think, Mr. Queen. Okay?
Oh, no.
It's a fabulous series. It's beautiful. It's I have a very warm recommendation for the series. And because it's like, I think maybe 16th century Korea, something like that.
Oh, okay.
So there's these costumes and the palace and all the intrigues. It really makes you understand the story of Esther, our queen.
Ooh, okay.
And so...
How many chapters is this?
Oh, it's forever. And each chapter is an hour. I mean, maybe you can make it play a little faster or something. But it's Korean, so you need the subtitles. And it's funny. It's hilarious. It has, like, amazing art, amazing music. It's a fantastic series in my point of view. And you should watch it this way. We should watch it this way. Listen, how to watch the series. Also, you get instructions. Okay.
How do you watch
You'll watch the first chapter from beginning to end because you won't be able to stop. And then you'll watch the beginning of the second chapter, like till the middle, till you feel, okay, I can stop here. So then you stop. Okay? And then the next time you watch it from the point you stop to the middle of the next one. Why? Because each chapter ends with a terrible cliffhanger and you don't know what's going to happen. So you have to watch the beginning of the next one. So if you don't want to spend hours on end watching it, so really, the best thing would be to save it to after Passover. Well, we happened to watch it the first time. We watched it right around this time. We started. And we brought all our Pesach cleaning to the living room and tried to do it in front of the series. But it really gave like this beautiful insight to the Megillah, really to the story of Esther, because you suddenly see what it is to be a courthouse, and the king has these concubines and all the different stuff that's going around and plotting and trying to kill this one and that one. It's like amazing. I love it. So that's my recommendation. Best to watch after Pesach, but if you do it before. This was the funniest thing, huh?
I'm dying. So take her up on it.
Yeah.
Anybody who's not making Pesach this year, be a couch potato. Be a cultured couch potato.
The couch. Couch coach. We will coach you how to watch TV series. You see, we didn't drink anything today. This is all natural. No additives.
No preservatives. There's no Shmooze. There's no Tova.
Okay, see you next time on the Shmooze.